With the release of Gemini 3.0, I wanted to see how well it worked with web scraping Copilot, which is our VS Code extension. My favorite model before this was Gemini 2.5 Pro, so it made sense that I give it a go and hopefully see that it's better. Some of my colleagues have already tried this, and there's a blog post down below where they post their results. I want to show you mine here. Now, for those of you that don't know, web scraping Copilot is our VS Code extension for Scrapy. It helps you build out your Scrapy spiders and writes all the parsing logic for you, making your life much easier. There'll be another video here linked that you can watch too. So I'm in web scraping mode. We're using Gemini 3 Pro. So we're going to do create a page object using the item product item, which is an item I've created already for my schema, and the sample URL of this, which is from my test site. So what this is going to do is it should check the setup of my project, which hopefully is fine because this is my demoing project, and then create a to-do list, which it has here. So it's going to check the requirements, confirm, then create a blank page object. So we're using Scrapy Poet, which is based on Web Poet, which means we separate the parsing logic from the extraction logic, and we can better utilize Copilot, in this case with Gemini 3 Pro, to actually build out that parsing logic for us. It makes it much neater and much more manageable. And it also gives us the ability to run tests against it too. So you'll see that I'm going to generate a load of fixtures to test against, expected outputs that we can use. And then also Gemini is going to generate the parsing code or the selectors. So all I need to do is give it a URL. I don't even really need to check the page myself. So we have our fixtures. We can see them down here. We have our output.json, which which will have the fields from your item and what you're expecting for them, and then the same in the actual page object itself. So we can see this is our empty page object with all of the fields, and it's starting to figure out what it needs to build to actually get this information. There we go, it's popped straight up. This is the expected output. So this is what it will use to check against when it builds the parsing code, which I think it's doing now. So far, this has been pretty quick and pretty painless, so I'm impressed, but I wouldn't expect it to be any worse than 2.5, so that's pretty good. Let's check this. We have some parsing code in here, which we do, so I'm going to hit keep, and I'm going to let it run the tests and make sure the tests pass first, which they do, and let's have a look at the code that it generated. So what I'm looking for here is very concise, simple selectors that look robust and look like they would be something that I would choose to write. And so far, it absolutely looks like that. We see this is pretty standard here. This too. This looks pretty good. We're using Price Parser, which is our Python package to help you parse price code out of strings and stuff like that. So that's looking good. This is all looking fantastic. Yeah, so far this has been very good. A lot of the older LLMs that we started to use when we were building this out, like GPT 4.1, really struggled with generating this code, even though we were giving it very specific instructions through the extension. So this is really great to see. But obviously we want to actually extract more than just one product, so we need the list page too. Now, when I was going through this before, I would suggest that you created a new chat for different page objects, but in this case I'm just going to put it straight in here and we'll see how it gets on. So we'll say create a page object for the item list item using the sample URL of this, and obviously being my test site, I know I just need to go back to the bare URL here, and that's got all a list of products on. So same process again. We should see that within this file, we get another page object. So I'll collapse this one so we can see it. We should get another fixture as well for that page, another set of expected outputs. To-dos looks good. So yeah, we'll let this get on, and we'll see how it works. But so far seems pretty good. Now the adoption for Scrapy Poet, which is crucial to this extension's functionality, has been pretty low, which is a surprise to us, but we think it's because people don't actually really know what it is and how to use it. So I'd highly recommend that if you're interested in that, you get the extension and you give it a go, because it's a great way to build projects out, see how it can help you, and see how splitting out the parsing logic from the extraction logic is very beneficial. And obviously, we can use it through the extension like this. So far this looks pretty good. Let's check the expected output. And that looks about right to me. product URLs, next page URL, all good. So now we want to see selectors being built, which we've got here. Let's keep that. Let's allow to run the tests. And we have 5 passed. So let's check the selectors for, passing the actual product URLs on the next page. This looks pretty good to me. What I wanted was one sort of growth standard selector, and that looks about right. I'm not entirely convinced we need URL join here, but let's see if it works. It works. And the same for here. So this all looks pretty good to me. All of the selectors, through both of these page objects, looks like something that I would write. And given that I know this is a website that I built, I know that this is a pretty good way of going about it. So what we're going to do now is come back over to our terminal, and we'll run scrapey crawl products, and we'll just check that this is actually working. It looks good to me. We're getting product information come back. So I think there's about 115 products to go through on maybe 3 or 4, 5, 6 pages or something like that. So yeah, this looks like it's all done a good job. So far, I mean, the selectors, the code that it wrote was very good. I think it was better than 2.5 Pro, but again, that's kind of anecdotal. The speed as well, I think, is slightly quicker than 2.50. I've only been recording for about 6 or 7 minutes. So generally that would be pretty good for me. So that's probably the quickest end that I've done. So yeah, very pleased with this. So far Gemini 3 Pro looks like a very, very good option for code and code generation, and especially, looks good to work through our extension. So yeah, links in the description below. Check out the extension, check out the blog post. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.